Good evening, everyone. I hope that you all had a nice weekend. Tonight, I just want to talk about, or really just tell you all what it's like about being autistic. Now, let me be the first to say, and I'm sure that most autistic kids can relate with me, when I found out that I had this disease, disorder, whatever you want to call it, I can't describe the feeling. When I was in elementary school, I thought I was perfectly normal, perf- perfectly sane, like the rest of the kids. But when I found out that I had autism, and I think my parents told me now it was probably before I even hit the age of 10, I just ignored it. But really, as I grown on and mature more, just really because it really takes into effect, and the fact that you have it just really made me just sad to know that I have been treated differently, I've been looked at differently, not because of my special talents or anything like that, but really because I was autistic and I had challenges. But I will tell you that I was evaluated by psychiatrists, I was evaluated by doctors. I remember my mom telling me that there was one psychologist who thought that I couldn't make it, that I wasn't going to college, I wasn't going to get a job, I was going to get married, I would stay home, rest my life, bing, bang, done. You know, having autism doesn't mean that there are going to be limits for what you can do. Having autism just means that your brain works differently. And you develop probably at a slower rate than those who don't have it. In other words, being autistic, there are some challenges that come with it. I'm not the most social person in the world. I'm not. But the fact is, I'm trying to really just keep up with all the fact that I'm doing. I'm joining a lot of clubs, I'm joining a lot of organizations that will allow me to become more social, and really just allow me to be more comfortable being social. Another another thing that kids with autism may experience, and thinking may people may or may not disagree, is that they are emotionally vulnerable. Um, and the reason why I'm attacking that is really just to think in a different light. Because back then I was emotionally vulnerable. If people would call me a complete crybaby, a weak person emotionally, and really because I just really kept holding on to that sadness without even letting it go into my mind. Because some events in life, they're very sad. But you don't want to hold on to that negative emotion. What you need to do is let them go. It's why I described in my one of the earlier videos. You know, being autistic actually gave me just a new sense of way to look at life. I mean, I can see some things in life that most people can't. because really, the challenges that I'm facing, I'm really learning a lot more intellectually, and I'm not sure if this makes me more wiser than I really am. But you can say I have definitely learned from my experiences being autistic. And, generally, just the fact that I know that I'm autistic, it clearly says I'm unique. Can't say it any better. I'm unique. And I know most of you are unique. I know all of you are unique. But really, what makes me unique is that I have PDD-NOS, pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, a mild form of autism who is struggling to make the best of his life. You know, having it definitely has its downsides, but having it also has its upsides as well. So don't really think of it as really a setback. Sometimes I think of it as a advantage. Because when you have a disability, disorder, or some type of mental disease, you look at the world at a different angle. Sometimes you may look at an angle that most people do not see. And that's what's fascinating to me about life, how I look at it, in terms of other people and how they look at it. So, I'm not saying I'm glad I have this disability. I'm not saying I'm glad I have the disorder or whatever you want to call it. Believe me, I wish I had a normal brain. I mean, I want to be social. I wish I didn't have those challenges in my life. I wish life could have been easier for me. Everyone wants to have an easy life, people. But without autism, I would not be as smart. I would not be as wise, as intellectual as I am today. So I thank the good man above, for making me this way, so that I can speak about my experiences and to give encouragement to those who have autism or any other mental disorder, disability, or disease. Thank you all very much for listening to my video, and I will see all of you again next week.